Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining our broadcast today. I'm Pastor Steve Green. This is Breton Word of Faith Church and our first refresh message this week. Today's Wednesday, April 7th. We're talking about the glory of salvation. There are two important New Testament ideas, sanctification being one and salvation being the other, and they both work the same way. It's by having faith, trusting God, having a relationship with Him, reading in the written scriptures what He's asking us to do, believing in Him, and stepping out in faith to do what He asked us to do. We know that we're saved by grace through faith, and we're talking, of course, about the second aspect of salvation. And so this salvation, as with the first aspect, it works by grace through faith. By faith we step out, and the grace of God takes hold together with us and enables us, strengthens us, empowers us to do the thing that God is asking us to do. And the result of that step of faith, which, there's many and varied ways in which that happens, but the result of it is, number one, salvation, meaning what Jesus died on the cross for us to have. There are elements of that come to pass for us as we take that step of faith. And also sanctification, meaning we are made holy, meaning our heart is being cleansed. There's a cleansing. The power of God working in us and through us as we take that step of faith has a cleansing impact upon our heart. Let's look at a couple of scriptures that talk about this. In Philippians 2 and verse 12, this is salvation, showing how the second aspect of salvation works. Paul says, "Therefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." And so we see that by obedience, by the step of faith, we're not talking about legal obedience here. This is not legalism. In fact, it's the opposite of legalism. It's relationship, it's faith, it's trust. It's, meaningfully connecting with God and allowing His power to work in and through us. By that step of faith, by that step of obedience, salvation is produced in us. And then we read in 1 Thessalonians 3, verses 12 to 13, this is sanctification now, "And may the Lord make you to increase and abound in love to one another," which is being obedient, as we know, obedient to the written scriptures, "abound in love to one another and to all, just as we do to you, so that He may establish your hearts blameless in holiness." There is sanctification.